Hello, everyone. So, here we are, Final Fantasy 11. It's time to start. A little bit about my, experience with this game. I've played before. I've not played very much, and I think I maybe have a combined 30 hours or so in the game, which isn't very much for an MMO. Obviously, it's pretty much for a regular game, obviously, but uh, I did not get very far. So I think the way to conceive of this is that I know just enough to get myself into trouble here. But we're going to go through. We're going to see if we can get through the main storylines of each expansion. So that's going to be the base game, the Rise of the Silart, Chains of Promethea, Treasures of Atorgan, Wings of the Goddess, and Seekers of Adulin. Storylines, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about all the other. I think there's more storylines in the game. We may or may not be looking at certain of them. You can see in the list here on the right: Crystalline Prophecy, Mughal Kupo d'Etat, and so on and so on. But what I'm committing to here is the main storylines for the expansions, and then we'll see where we get to in the end here. I will be following along with a guide on my end here, which is meant to help new players from the beginning of the game all the way up to the end game, basically, showing them, okay, here's some good content to be doing for your level range. Here's how you go ahead and unlock the different useful features that you're going to need. More storage space, things like that. I'll see if I can put a link into the description here for the YouTube video, because if anyone's interested in knowing more about the game, that's obviously going to be useful to have for you as well. But we'll see. Anything else before we get going with character creation here? Let me think. Oh, yes, maybe we should mention that as well. So I'm doing things a little bit differently here this time around. The YouTube VODs are going to be edited. It's not going to be heavy editing, but at least some level of editing to cut out on the amount of grinding and travel time and things like that will inevitably happen when you're playing a game of this type here. So that means if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to be seeing the edited down version, where we maybe skip some things. I think we'll show most of the things going on in this first episode, more than likely. But I'm not sure we will be doing much more grinding things like that here, but we will obviously be doing it in later sessions, so later episodes may be shorter than you're used to if you've been following along with the playthrough of previous games that I've been doing. But yeah, that's about it. Again, full VODs for this will be available on Twitch, so if you want to see the whole shebang, watch the VODs there. If you want the more edited down version, watch it on YouTube. But with that, let's go ahead and instead here have a look at character creation. Let's jump in here. So, character creation. What sort of character are we going to be creating here? Well, first off, I don't think we'll have anything as good looking as this in terms of modules in game, but it's nice to see what we were getting at least. So we have basically, I believe, 5 options for races. And we have the humans basically. The Elvan, who are elves. Pretty standard fancy elves, to be in some aspects, I would say. We have the Tartaru, who are little cute potato people. And you fall down. And then we have 2 gender-locked races here with the Mifra for all your cat girl needs, and the Galka for those of you who like big burly boys. I've been thinking about how to go about character creation here. And I was thinking that maybe we'll go ahead and try to do some randomization here, just to have some fun with things. So I have a random number generator here that I'm going to be using. So first things first, let's start off with our races. We have a number between 1 and 5, and we'll go with whatever the random number generator gives us here. Number 5, we are going to be a Galka. So let's go ahead and select that. Have a couple of faces available to us. Obviously this doesn't matter much. And you have some hair options and things like that. But yeah, character creation here is a little bit limited. You know what? If we're doing this, let's go all in on this whole thing. Number between 1 and 8. We generate 7, so we'll look like this. Yeah, that's fair. Hair A, hair B. You know what? I think, yeah, let's go ahead and just toss a coin here. Let's see. We got tails, so I guess that would mean A, B in this case. I didn't specify, but heads or tails. So let's go with hair B. We can be a small Galka, medium Galka, or a large Galka. I'm not sure that this is truly reflected in this screen here, but it'll probably make some difference in game. So yeah, let's go ahead and have a look. Let's see. Number 3, we're going to be a big boy. So, on to classes. There's 22 classes in the game here. We are going to be able to start with 1 of 6. This is the traditional classes available in the base game, or I guess the entire game here. The traditional classes from the first game, Final Fantasy. We have Warrior, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage, and Thief. So we need to unlock other jobs before we get to them. But I'm thinking maybe let's see if we can start off with making a role for which is going to be our main job once we get the ability to unlock it. And I reserve the right to change my mind on this if I try it out and I don't like the job for whatever reason. But let's go ahead and give it a try actually. So I have a list in front of me here, basically counting down all of the jobs in the order that they, I think, appear in the in-game menus. Definitely in the order that they've been implemented in terms of the expansions. So a number between 1 and 22. Let's generate, let's see. Number 6. It's just a thief. Okay, we can work with that. I guess that means that we're starting off with the thief here as well then. And I'll see if we can go ahead and find a good sub job for thieves later on. Or, but again, if we decide that we do not like playing as a thief here, maybe we'll just go ahead and make an executive decision at that point. But now we're starting off with thief and we'll go from there. So, we need to select the name. We can randomly generate names. I'm not sure which button it's directing us to. Oh no, it's a key here. I see. So I'm playing with a controller here, but some commands are not available on the controller, but only in the in-game menu here, I think. Let's see. Undersea Bulldog. Unbearable Gush. Wimpleness Tapir. Fortunate Meadow. Victorious Lotus. Gaping Knee. Oh boy. Some of these names here. Lenient Scorpion. Sad Groundhog. I feel like Sad Groundhog. Let's keep that in our back pockets here. Grizzled Conifer. Spiked Artwork. Red-Winged Cicada. Oh boy, some of these names here. Afflicted Phobia. Treacherous Gull. Backwater Celery. Noisy Goosefish. Oh boy, I can just have a lot of fun here. Having a look at the names. Fabled Dignity. You know what? Let's just go with something much more classic and follow on with our channel name here. Names over 8 letters long will be truncated in some game windows, so short names are recommended. I think that fits. So let's go with this. And let's get going here. Probably should go back here and make sure that we're not dropping any frames or anything like that. Yeah, I think that's maybe is for character creation here. We are going to need to find a server. I'm not sure what would make sense here. I'm not sure where they're located or if there's any differences in where they're located. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 different servers. You know what? Let's let Fate decide here as well. Or if not Fate, at least the random number generator. Give me a number between 1 and 16. 13. So 4 from the bottom then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lakshmi. Sure, that's fine. We will be able to move between servers if we need to. I don't have anyone I'm intending to play with here, so I'm not sure if it's going to matter. But there is an option, just so we are aware of that before we're going. It's going to cost us a bit though. Anyway, I think this is it for Gold World Pass not specified. Yes, indeed. And here we are. It's time to select our starting location. I may take a executive decision here and start in Bastok, because that's the city I'm slightly familiar with at least, so we minimize some of our initial confusion in where to go, what to do, things like that. Help out a little bit at least here. But that's going to be it. So I think this is the last choice we're making before we jump into the game. So let's see here. The Gustenberg Mountains of southern Quan lies in the industrial city of Vostok. Compared to Sandoria with its legendary orders of knights, or Winders with its ancient institutes of magic, Vostok is still but a newborn nation. But advanced technology and near limitless underground resources have allowed Vostok to rival the other two nations in power. Innovative and adaptable humans make up more than half of the population of Vostok. With their flair for industry, economy, and politics, they were a driving force behind Vostok's. Oh boy. Yeah, text is not great here. The Galka, a race of hulking humanoids, comprise a third of Vostok's population. Originally hailing from Stepwell, they came to this land long ago. Without their incomparable strength and countless ore mines that drives Vostok's economy would never have been dug. Adventurers seeking fame and fortune flock to the rising nations like Vostok. Your story begins here, amid the smoke and bustle of the industrial city of Vostok. So, here we are. Our adventure begins. And it begins mostly with us going into our options here once we load in. Hey Gwill, is it true? You really saw Captain Volker? Are you really sure? We're talking about the captain of the Mithril Musketeers here. I'm telling you, I'm sure. I saw him walking towards the mines district. I bet you he's investigating something. Yeah, right. Like you'd ever know. Hey, didn't you say you wanted to become a Mithril Musketeer someday? You're too slow. They'd never take you. Besides, Galka can't become Musketeers. Even if they did, they'd never become captains. That's not true. 2 of the 5 Mithril Musketeers are Galka. But one of them disappeared a long time ago, right? He doesn't count. And there's even a Galka who's supposed to become a captain once. Ha! That's a laugh. Whoever told you that? Gumba from the Mines District. He's just a kid. What would he know? And I can't believe you'd hang around that dirty old place. Well, we're not playing with grubby minds people like you. Hey, what's all this bickering about? Dad, are you going adventuring again? I am. I'll be gone for a while, but if you don't get along with the other kids, I won't bring you any presents. Yes, sir. You're going too, Mr. Dalzak? Yes, be good and look after my place for me, Gwill. Hey, let's go play over there. Hey, guys, wait for me. Well then, let's... Oh? You're an adventurer too, I see. But you're still new, aren't you? Can't ask you to come with us then. Like Dalzak and myself have done, you should try to find a party of people who are the same level as you. We do not always adventure together. Right. Is there anything we can help you with? What is it you want to do first? For starters, I'd like to find some work. Setting goals for yourself, that's good. What kind of work are you looking for? What do we want to do? Serve a stock, help people, get rich quick. Let's serve a stock. Ah, Patriot. you want to talk to a guard in charge of assigning missions, you should be able to find one at the west gate. That's southwest of here. Anyway, here, take this adventurer coupon. Give it to a guard named Reed, and she'll give you some starting money. You can find her here. Map from the main menu on the right if you want to check it again. You should be able to find where Reed is by checking your markers. Open map from the main menu, select markers, press the right arrow key, and all should be well. Use trade from the main menu to give items to people. Reed will tell you more about that. Well, we really should be going. Good luck on your travels, adventurer. And here we are in the game, looking very glorious in our outfits here. So, let's set up some of our options here first, I think. So, we open our menu. We get used to seeing menus a lot here. And we're going to go to our config for the game options. I'm going to bring up the guide here to help me out a little bit, see if I can figure out which things to select. First things first. Gameplay. Auto target during battle on. That's probably good to have. Sounds, music, we can adjust that as we hear how the odds come out here. I'm not sure if I have anyone in the chat right now who can tell me if I'm not loud enough or if it's alright in terms of audio balancing here. Let's leave that for later. Inventory sort on is something I probably want to have, I think, because I've learned my lessons from playing before. Sort items by category when organizing them. Sort items by name when organizing them and stacking them when possible. Let's start off with this one in type 1 and maybe we'll change it if we need to. Chat filters. Let's see here. They suggest hold. Anything that ends in others or NPC near the middle of the end of the list, turn on. Let's go ahead and do that then. Sure, we'll trust our guide maker here. Font colors, I'm not sure if we need this changed right now. We'll maybe do it later in our own time. Windows, I know that we want to do some things here. So we want to have 2 horizontal windows. Can timestamp our logs, that's fine. Display opening, closing visual effects for the windows, yeah, that's fine. So we're going to start here and find the correct width. I believe I had this set up previously. Let's see here. That should be fine. And I'm going to set this to have 8 lines available at all times, so this will always be on my screen here. I think this should be fine. Let's go ahead and set the width of this window as well. That should be all right. And we're going to let that fade in and out. Okay. I think that's all right. So, the log for here. Going to keep the let's see here. Actual message hidden behind the chat window here. That's what's covering it up. Let's see here. Messages. Shout, yell. I think that's fine. We can keep the emotes on the other window. Going to turn this all off for the second window. NPC conversations can go into the second window. I just want to have the player chat there. We're not going to need assistance in Japanese, I believe, so that should be fine. Now, let's just double check here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and set all of these things in the log that's going on the right in window 2. For others, that's fine. We'll have a look at that later. System, battle messages, call for help, and basic system messages. Let's have those in window 2 as well, I think. And I think I've set this up correctly the way I want it right now. Let's see. Miscellaneous settings here. We can set this to our preference, but let's do that later. They do suggest here in Miscellaneous 2 background aspect ratio. So it's going to be set to our screen aspect ratio. So you'll see we swap that around here. But yes, we are now playing in 16:9 as God intended. Very well. Miscellaneous 3, they suggest turning party icon display and timer display on, and optionally having area display for area radius for AoE abilities and spells. Let's see here. Let's leave that for now. Yes. Effects. Lots of effects. We can have a look at that later. Software keyboard. Well, let's not worry about that. Mouse control. Screen edge panning off. So that we aren't panning when we move our mouse around here. We're probably not going to be using the mouse a lot, but if we do, let's not move the camera around with it too much. And we can set our chat language filter and auto disconnects here. We can set that to on or off if we would like to. Let's set it off. I think that should be fine since we're hiding our chat there anyway. Let's set the auto disconnect to off for our own purposes here later, so we aren't disconnected when we don't want to be. I think that's it for our settings. So with that, let's see what our next steps should be here. So with things done here, let's have a look at where we are at. So we are in a stock, as we've seen here. We have the ability to open up a map. Actually, it's in the bottom here. Yeah. We are currently in the Firewatch circle here. If we scroll out, we see we're starting in the Beststock markets. We have, I believe, some characters to talk to, and some home points to find here. So first things first, let's go and touch some of our home points. There should be one over here. I think I may actually need to make another setting adjustment here. Let's see here. Yes, we are going to invert the... I'm not entirely sure. Is it the axis? Yeah, that's it. That's my preferred way of looking around in these games here, I think. So, this is a home point. We can touch them. Register a new home point. You are now able to teleport here from any other home point. A home point can be set as a spot for you to return to Vanadil when you have been knocked out. You can also use a home point to teleport to another home point. We're not going to do anything of that type here. So we're just going to leave that. But we've now unlocked the home point. You should be able to see it on the map. Instead of a blinking, like this one up here, for example. It's now solid. So that's how you touch them, and then you can go ahead and use them. Oh, I did not mean to set any actual markers for myself here. But let's go over here and have a chat with Reet, who we were introduced to here before. Hello. I am charged with the task of assisting novice adventurers. What would you like to know? I want to find some quests. I want to try out this tutorial event. Teach me about records of evidence. Teach me about the trust initiative. So this is a character who gives you lots of tutorials basically here. So we can talk about records of evidence here for a moment, for example, because this is going to be an important thing for us. Whether you're new to Vanadil or a veteran chomping at the bit, Records of Eminence is a great way to easily participate in a variety of content and earning dazzling rewards. Open up the main menu, go to the right and select Objective List under the Quest menu. From there, you open up the Tutorial menu and select Basics, and get started with the first steps forward. Excellent. So if we do that here, for example, let's see here. Quests, objectives for the Records of Eminence. We open up the tutorial, basics, first steps forward. So this is sort of like a tutorial quest in a way. Speak to one of the following Records of Eminence guides: Rolandin in southern Sandoria, Isokov in Beststock Markets, Feln Jobisat in the Winter's Woods, Eternal Flame in western Adeline. And by doing this, we'll get 300 experience and some sparks that are going to be useful for buying gear and things like that. That's going to help us later. Set this as an objective. So we are now currently on the record of eminence first step forward. You have to activate them to be able to do them. If you've already done the task, you can go ahead and basically just activate them and complete them for free. But yes, we're going to see if we can find Iskov. I believe I know where he is, but first things first. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab the home point over here as well. You have registered a new home point. You are now able to teleport from here. Find another home point. Yes, indeed. That's fine. Right. So there's, you know, some things about this game that are, by modern standards, quite archaic. And we're going to see more of them as we move along here. That said, I think the game is much more approachable right now than it ever was in, you know, its original heyday here. And we're going to see some features that are going to help us here later as well. Just realized I forgot to set my timer. Not sure how long we've actually played here, so let's go ahead and have a look at my actually, that's just not how we do it. Yeah, let's see if I remember how to open. No. I guess we want to get to chat. Is there a option for that? Here. We'll have a look later. For now, let's just go ahead and start our timer, and I'll have a look at this manually here later. I'll be able to see, just for my own sake here. Another home point. Very good. Actually, let's set this as our... There we go. As our home point. I do tend to like having it here. Let's see here. Here we are. Hello, Iskov. Attention! My name's Iskov, and for today's lesson we're going to learn about... Impart to me your knowledge. That's the spirit. You're an adventurer in my spitting image. At least when it comes to passion. Today's lesson is all about records of eminence, so break out your textbook and turn to page 5. What's that? If you've forgotten your textbooks, you'll have to share with the person next to you. The memorandum nods in agreement. Let's get this show on the road. Records and eminence is, in a word, fighting spirit. So what if it's 2 words? That illustrates my point even more. Adventurers need to give it 80,000% all of the time if they want to uphold justice. Class dismissed. Now, go out there and make me proud. Yes, sir. You can't fool me by just assenting to everything I say. That's not how education works. You'd never walk the path of enlightenment, behaving like that. Tell the truth though, you're already well on your way to prominence. You even completed your first objective simply by talking to me. Furthermore, my experience tells me you'll be rewarded with some unusual type of compensation. Now, take the next steps on your journey and try setting an objective all by yourself. No need to break out in sweat. Your eminent teacher will guide you. Just choose an objective under the objective list in the Records of Eminence section of the quests menu. I hear you can even repeat certain ones. I'll let you figure out which ones they are on your own, though. Wouldn't want you to just regurgitate the answers I give you now, would I? Like I hinted at before, you gain sparks of evidence that quantify your achievements. Trade them to me and I'll give you some tokens of gratitude. Whoa, now. I teach more advanced subjects than you'll be able to understand at the moment. Try talking to Goldago to learn the basics first. By the way, this little bugger here, which we call a memorandal, records all your eminent feats for you. Oh, yes, I too sometimes become unsettled by its constant and intense glaring. Luckily, all you need to do is to clap your hands together like so, and it vanishes into thin air. See, even the soulless machination possesses a fighting spirit. How else could it disappear instantaneously like that? Just kidding. I'm only trying to cover up the fact that I don't know how it works. As my mentor always said, when you don't know the answer to a question, distract the person with a joke. Well, I've officially taught you all I know. Go out into the world with your trusty memorandal and prove how esteemed you truly are. I always get a little teary-eyed when I see my disciple go off to bigger and better things. Yeah, so that's going to be following us around. Oh, yeah. That's creepy. There we go. We have completed the following records as objective. We get some awards. We get some items, strips of meat jerky. We have the key item memorandum. And we have undertaken a limited time record eminence challenge. Vanquish Amorphs. So that's basically a weekly quest of a sort here, I believe. So if we look at our list here, this is a limited time challenge. Defeat the requisite number of experience-yielding amorphs in non-abyssy areas. For lots of experience, some sparks, and I'm not sure what the third currency is there. There's a lot of currencies in this game. Instead though, let's continue on with the tutorial here. Undertake an FOV training regime. Heal without using magic. Vanquish one enemy. Stepping into an ambuscade. Call forth an alter ego. Exploring the trove. Assist shadow. So yes, there's going to be quite a few things that we may want to do here. We can speak to our guild masters for crafting. We can go ahead and look into our different quests for getting our housing, obtaining support jobs, obtaining certain alter egos, things like that. We're going to go into what an alter ego is as well. Artifact quests, this is not going to be relevant for quite a while. Level cap increases. Once we get to level 50, we'll need to do a quest to get us to level 55, and then one for 60, and so on and so on. Certain classes even have special quests for their level 75 one, I believe, here. Sword expansions, weapon skills, and certain missions as well here. But for now, let's go back to the basics. Let's have a look at this. Examine a field manual and undertake a Field of Valor training regime. Field manuals can be found near the entrances to outposts. We're going to do that. Let's have the heal without using magic. And we're going to be recovering some HP like that. Vanquish one enemy. We should be able to get that done, I'm pretty sure. Stepping into an ambuscade. I don't think we're going to be doing that for a while. Call forth an alter ego by speaking to one of the following NPCs. Yes, we're going to be doing that today as well. To show off that system, but we're going to need to wait a little bit on that. Exploring the Trove. Lower Juno, we're not going to be there for a bit. Sys channel. Speak to the Amon liaison in front of the Mog House in Sandoria. Get an explanation of the Sys channel feature. You can get that, that's fine. Before we do anything else though, let's have a chat with Goldago over here that we were so kindly pointed out. Greetings and well met, Defender of the Republic, Goldago at your most humble service. My station is to help along those new to the life of an adventure in Vanadil. I specialize in the types of fundamental knowledge necessary for success in such endeavors, as well as related methods of pedagogy. With my aid, you can rest assured that your first steps down the adventurous path will not go astray. Should you still consider yourself a newcomer, I would highly recommend that you make full use of my services. This is my permanent post, and I never leave it. Remember it well. Whenever you need a hand with anything at all, don't hesitate to come calling. Ah, that's quite kind. Have a chat with you again here. So, are you interested in some entry-level duties to put you well on your way to greatness? Not to worry, I've got just the thing for you. Go talk to the guard, Rabbit Wolf over yonder, and have him cast a signet on you. Then come back and see me. So, Rabbit Wolf over here. You will notice these characters with the acronyms, often the names, are the ones that can cast signet on you, I believe. So, if we talk to our Rabbit Wolf here. I am Rabbit Wolf, an Iron Musketeer. I am one of the guards charged with overseeing Backstock's Conquest campaign. Would you cast signet on me? We had first place in our hands, but we always let it slip away. If we want to be ranked first in the Vanadil, each and every one of us must do their part. I look forward to hearing your achievements. Good luck, citizens. I bestow upon you your nation's signet. So, we are now taking part in our nation's Conquest campaign. If we have a look at our buffs up here, we have a 5-hour buff that recognizes us as an official participant in our nation's Conquest campaign. What that basically means is that we're going to be, just by playing, accruing Conquest points. We can then exchange Conquest points for items over here. And we can find different levels of items. There's going to be certain ones that are going to be really useful, and certain ones that are going to be slightly useful. A return ring, for example, here is going to be good, I believe. I'm not sure if it's a return ring or a homing ring. I should probably look into that. The Empress Band, Emperor Bands as well, for some experience boosts. I'm not sure which one we should be going for. It's going to depend a little bit on how long we play and things like that. But you can only really benefit of one of these at a time, more or less. They have charges. When the charges run out, you'll need to recharge them, and I believe you can only recharge one ring per week, if I've got that right. Anyway, but yeah, we can see more items. And warp ring to warp around can be useful. You have in the different categories here other items. For fast points items, for example, we can get some knuckles, a crossbow, caps, mittens. Yeah, gear, basically. And things like that. But we'll come back to that later here. Let's go back to Goldago and have chat. Well, it looks like you were able to get your signets. Easy enough, yes? As long as signet is in effect, there is always a possibility that you will obtain crystals from any enemies that you defeat. There is also much more concrete benefits, such as increased defense and evasion. Signet even helps you when you're not engaged in combat with an enemy. For example, it boosts the rate at which healing occurs while at rest. For all those reasons and more, you should consider it essential to have a signet cast on you at all times. Very well then. As a reward for your successful completion of your first assignment, I would like to present you with these strips of meat jerky. There is more here than meets the eye. That was a joke. Anyway, this is the only type of item. This is a type of item known among adventurers as a meal. This meal in particular will temporarily enhance your attack power when eaten. Whenever any type of meal is consumed, you will receive some such temporary status bonus. Naturally, different meals grant different types of bonuses. For the most part, meat dishes will affect attack power. Conversely, seafood dishes generally enhance defense, and so on and so forth. Take care to select dishes best suited to your purpose. One thing you should make note of, however, is that you cannot eat a meal while another meal's status bonus is still in effect. Your stomach would simply burst. That's quite a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? Yeah, this is a breeze. Great. Well, talking can only prepare you so much. Let's get right down to it. Go ahead and pop on one of those strips of beef jerky. After eating a meal, a status icon designated as food will appear in the upper left portion of your screen. Come back to talk to me again once you've confirmed that it's there. There we are. So, we go into our inventory, not our equipment, our inventory. We have 12 strips of meat jerky. Now we have a Bastock ring, an adventurer's coupon that we forgot to give to Reed, so we should do that later here. And a special Goblet key for, I believe, a login campaign that's currently ongoing here. But if we use this on ourselves, we now have a 30-minute food buff here. It's affecting our performance. So let's have a chat with Goldago again. Check out the full belly on you. Well done. Signet and Meagles can both play crucial roles when you take on any type of enemy. This is a key lesson that you would do well not to forget. Next, let's get those pristine hands of you nice and dirty. No sense in letting that food go to waste now, is there? Let's send you out to fight a monster on full stomach. I think exiting through the gate over there will lead you into an area with hostile enemies. Try targeting one of the monsters and then selecting the check option from your menu. This will help you ascertain an enemy's level of difficulty and make sure they are not too strong. A smart adventurer picks his fights. Be warned, engaging any enemy that checks as very tough or above will result in your signet not granting you the defense and the evasion bonuses you would otherwise receive. And that brings us to your next assignment. It's high time you learn how to use a weapon skill. Perhaps you've already noticed, but sometimes when fighting an enemy, your skills will rise little by little. When your skill with the weapon you're wielding reaches a predetermined value, weapon skills will become available for use. Combo, for those adept with hand-to-hand weapons, wasp string for those who fight with daggers, fast blade for those who prefer the sword, shining strike for wielders of the club, heavy swing for those who take up the staff, and so on and so on. Selecting status from the main menu will bring up the combat skill option. This will display all your current skills values in all weapon categories. The first weapon skill for each weapon type you can learn at skill value of 5. So, make that your first goal, and we'll take it from there. Yes, time to go into the world and do some fighting. So, we are now in an area known as South Gustenberg, I believe. Or is it North Gustenberg here? Yep, South Gustenberg. It's not very big by certain standards here, but it's quite big enough that it's going to take us a lot of time to walk around in. Let's go for the first things first here. We have an enemy over here. Let's check it on the action menu that comes up here. It seems like a decent challenge. seems to have low defense. That's popping up in my window here. Okay, that's fine. I'll see if I can move that around later. But yes, if we go into our attack mode here, camera swaps in, and we're in for some attacks. And our hand-to-hand skills go up. And our healing, our health goes down. We've been hitting the Hornet for some points of damage here. Alright, and we defeat the huge Hornet. And we've vanquished one enemy. I'm just realizing we should probably look into our equipment. We do have an onion knife, so let's equip that. We do not have any other gear on us right now. We have a stock on a ring that we can put on. We can vanquish vermin as well here. Let's put on the stock on ring. It's a small bonus, but it's a bonus. And I don't believe we have any other gear right now. Should be fine. So if we look at our status here, at the top, we are now a level 2 thief, and we'll be moving on to further levels here soon. 750 experience to the next level, for example, here. But before we go back into town, I believe probably an FOV training regime that we can undertake here somewhere. I just don't recall where the book is at. I thought it was going to be just outside of the city here, but maybe I'm misremembering things. Maybe it's over here somewhere. No, that's another icon, I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let's not worry too much about that for now. We'll just head back in and stock some more. I think that's fair enough. We enter the stock again here. Damn it all to hell. Knew I'd be able to make a bucket load of gil if I could help pioneer Adolin. Or Adolin. Wait, who are ya? Why'd they been bothering me? You don't even know what pioneering is? Some adventurer you are. Even my grandma keeps up with the times better than that. Sorry, that was a bit harsh of me. Let me explain it to you. You've heard of Adolin, right? The marine trading city located way to the west, across the Sea of Softmug. Well, it turns out there's an undeveloped land all around there. We're talking moms and moms of jungle. Lately there's been a huge push to reclaim that land and make it worth living on. Doesn't that just beat all? Pristine lands still exist, despite all the progress we've made. What do you think it's like out there? Of course, not everyone is fit to make headway into the deep unknown, so they're looking for the meanest and leanest adventurers to open up the lands, and fast. Who's they? Who else? The Juno Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Come on, how can you expect a pioneer to become a pioneer if you can't figure out this for yourself? But don't go rushing off yet. They don't accept just anyone who can walk through the front door and say hello. There's some kind of test you gotta pass. But you got the aura and confidence about you. Maybe you're just what they're looking for. I'll be straight with you. The test ain't no sit-down thing with a pen and parchment. It's a bit more hands-on. Of course, if it was I might have done better. Ha! Certainly not as easy as selling knickknacks to higher-ups. If you decide to try your hand, I wish you the best of luck. So, as you can tell here, just by entering areas from time to time, you're going to be starting things like this for missions. I believe this is the first step of the Adulin questline. We're not going to be doing that much right now. So that's going to take a while before we get back to it. But I'll try to keep all of those scenes in here. Before we do anything else, let's have a look with Guldago again. It's high time you learn how to use a weapon skill. Okay, okay, we haven't gotten to that point yet. Right, we'll get there. For now, let's head back over here. Look at our map. There's at least one more. I think there's one more home point here we want to unlock. And I believe it's down over here. So jumping is not really a thing in this game. If you're wondering what sort of level of technology we're working with here. I believe there is a jump as a emote, but it doesn't really do anything practically. It just makes it look like you're jumping on the spot, more or less here. So, with that done and dusted, let's go ahead and have a little chat again here with Reet. So if we bring her up, we can open our menu. To trade things with her, but I need to remember how to do it properly. I believe we go to items, the item in question, the adventurous coupon in this case. Can we not? Oh, it's there we go. We need to go to the trade menu here. Then we can give her the coupon. And we will get an adventure coupon. Good. Here's your starting guild. You would do well to speak with a man named Guldago. You can find him by the West Gate and Bastock markets. 50 gil, thank you very much. Yes, let's have a look at the map again here. I believe that's all of the home points here. So let's go ahead and move over to Port Bastock here. And we can talk a little bit about our next big feature that we will make use of. Hello, Tancredi. As we move along, we'll again have a look for home points along the way. We will probably need to go to the stock mines later as well. I really should go ahead and remove notifications for my scene here as well, I'm realizing. Sorry. I'm not used to capturing on the screen region, so really it's Let's go ahead and close all of these out for now. And I'll be needing to get those on myself here again later. Again, apologies to some small kinks here to work out as we're going through the whole new approach to capturing the game here. For example, is there 3 here? I believe there is. So let's go ahead and round one up here. First and foremost. There we go. You. We have another one over by another gate. This way. And again, here moving around bus stop takes a little bit of time. When you're doing it for the first time, we can make use of the home points here after we've done it the first time, obviously, which helps. Did I make a wrong turn here? I think I did. Again, I've played the game before, not very long before, so we are working with a little bit of a disadvantage here. And that I don't know how to navigate the town just yet. We'll get used to it, I'm sure. Here we are, there's the home point. Here is the home point. We have another iron musketeer here that will cast signet on you. They're usually stationed around the gates of the cities. We are able to teleport here. We're going to have a chat with this character over here. Clarion Star. And there is a Mystic Retriever. Huh. You can call me Clarion Star. I come from Juno, the lovely city in the northeast that connects the Quan and Mindartia continents. Ah, well, thank you. Make note of that character. We're going to come back to him later. Because he's going to allow us to use the trust system. Which is going to be very useful to us here. Final Fantasy XI is a game that is really made to be played in groups. It's from a really old school line of thinking on game design, things like that. So there is a bit of expectations that don't really gel 100% with modern expectations here. In that way. We've had a look here. That's fine. Let's go ahead and travel to another home point in the current region and the Bastock markets. And we'll have a... and see which ones we go to. I believe it's number... yeah. Yeah, okay, the home point name pops up on the ones that is active, so... yes, please. We should be able to do this for free here in the city. If you're teleporting between cities and things like that, it's going to cost you gil, though. And that can be a issue from time to time. Let's go ahead and have a look around. There's shops around here for gear, certain kinds. We'll probably be using some of the systems that we already have engaged with here. So the sparks from the records of eminence, for example, in order to purchase gear rather than doing a lot of it through Gil. But we'll see. Let's head to the Bastock Mines and have a look over in that area as well. And then we can do a little bit of fighting after we've gotten that done. Here we are. Let's have a look at the map again, just to be sure. So we have 3 crystals and a book. So we're going to make a turn over here, I'm pretty sure. Again, you have some more stores here. You have the auction house that we are going to make use of at a later time here as well. I'm realizing we probably took a wrong turn if we want to get to the top right home point here, but that's fine. Let's start off with the ones around here. So we have one for the auction house. Here we are. Very well. There should be one in this area here as well that goes into the housing area. Over here. There we go. While we are here, we might as well talk to the Amman liaison here, I guess. This is an explanation of the Assist Channel feature, which allows new and returning players to seek help from veteran adventurers. What is the Assist Channel? The Assist Channel is a special chat channel that allows adventurers to seek questions, ask questions, and receive advice from veteran players known as mentors. How can I post a message? Press the spacebar to bring up the text window at the bottom of the screen and type Assist J, your message, or Assist E, your message, to post your message. You can use AJ for Assist J and AE for Assist E. Additionally, pressing Ctrl Q will display Assist J and Assist E in the text windows for you. You can change the Ctrl Q shortcut command by going to the menu and making changes. It is recommended to use Assist J when posting in Japanese and Assist E when posting in English. What are the requirements? You must meet one of the following requirements in order to post in the Assist channel. 1. You are a new player. Your posts may messages from the moment you set foot in Vanille. 2. You are a returnee. As a returning player, you may post messages upon logging in the character that has not logged in for at least 48 days. 3. You are a mentor. You may post messages as long as you remain a mentor to other players. New players and returnees may post messages until they have been logged in for a total of 48 hours since first receiving their posting rights. If you wish to check how long you can continue to post for, speak to the Amman liaison and choose when do my posting rights expire to see how much time you have left. Where can I access it? The Assist channel can only be accessed in the following areas: Relude Gardens, Upper Juno, Lower Juno, Port Juno, Southern Sandoria, Northern Sandoria, Bastock Markets, Port Bastock, Windurst Waters, Windurst Walls, Port Windurst, Windurst Woods, Silbina, Mora, and so on and so on. There's a lot of areas. You cannot post or read messages outside of these areas listed above. Even in areas where messages are allowed, you cannot post consecutive messages. Please wait a while after posting a message. Tell me about mentor messages. And they are accompanied by a flag marker. This indicates the mentor's reliability and experience as an adventure. So that the flags just leveled up. A gold marker is a sign that the mentor has earned the highest levels of trust from other adventurers. A number affixed to the marker is the mentor's mastery rank and indicates how experienced the mentor is as an adventurer. The higher number, the more experienced the mentor is. You can check your own mastery rank even if you do not serve as a mentor, so feel free to take a look every now and then if you're curious. Where can I find mentors? Yeah. What are thumbs up and warnings? Thumbs up feature enables you to let mentors know when their comments approve, being especially helpful. Mentors who earn lots of thumbs up replies from other adventurers will see their mentor class increase. Remember to give a thumbs up to any mentor you feel that helped you out or taught you something useful. A warning is a feature that can only be used by mentors. Please use this feature when the post's contents are insufficient or otherwise may be construed as harassment. To send a thumbs up or warning to another player, open the chat log and do it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be engaging much here with this. What happens if I'm muted? Yeah, I think let's just go ahead and skip through this here. Nothing for now. Lots of sparks and some experience points, not too shabby. Let's go ahead and have a chat with a certain book over here as well. That's floating in the corner. We have two of them actually here. So you have survival guide and let's see here if I can find it. Hunt registry. I believe the survival guide is the one that will allow us here. It appears you have common sense dictates that you should now be able to teleport here from similar tomes throughout the world. So much like the home points, you can teleport between. Before you realize the survival guide penned by the Adventurers Mutual Aid Network. It touches on topics such as teleportation and battle records. The meticulously limited text within explains the adventurers may travel to the location of any previous books visited after paying a sum of guild or the requisite amount of tabs. Yeah, so we're going to keep an eye out for survival guides as well. But let's see here if I can find the way to our last point. Again, this is the auction house. We'll have a look at that at a later date, I think. For now, let's see if we can get around here. Let's head over here. Pretty sure it's on the ground floor, but is there any way down for us through here? I think there is, but I'm not sure. This is one of the areas here in Vostok that I rarely go to on my own. So there's a home point. We open up. It's just a house. Ah, come on. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a way to move between floors here somewhere. But I don't recall where it would be. Maybe it's one door that was actually open already here. That wasn't so much the door as a opening. Yeah, there we go. Here's the stairs. Hello, black mud. Right. Can teleport back to our home point. I went into the wrong menu. That's going to happen a lot here, I'm pretty sure. Current region, the markets, and point A. Yes, please. So, here we are again. I think this is the point where we probably should look into... Oh, the crystal resonates deep within your soul. Look into another cutscene. Vanadil in the year 898? I must make haste for recent Jima and find the master before... So, this is the Rhapsodies of Vanadil questline. It's a bit shame that we can't decide when to start all these questlines necessarily. Then again, we do want to start that one because that's going to allow us to get some pretty neat features unlocked that we're going to need. So, we're going to keep a look at that. For now, though, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and zoom in on a little bit here. Hello. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of grinding here. I'll show you a little bit of the beginning, I believe. But we're gonna make sure to get some levels. Make sure we up our weapon skill to level 5 at least here, so we can go and talk to Coldago again. And I'm not sure how long that will take. It shouldn't take too long, but I may cut out some of the middle as we move along there. In the meantime, let's move out and let's have a look at what's actually going on in South Gustenberg. Let's be fight. Yeah, so I actually need to move in and out there to zoom in and out of the camera here. Pretty sure that these should all be fine to fight. Easy praying. So we're going to awkwardly see if we can move along with this hornet as it moves away, and we fight. So we're doing some damage to it here. We're getting some points for it. We're getting some experience. And we're going to see if we can get some of the records of eminence here as well. Let's see if we get to the point where we actually unlock our first weapon skill here. they are available under the weapon skill options here. We don't have anything right now, obviously, here. But the other option here is basically just to watch as we wail away at these flying enemies here. You have these tunnel worm enemies as well. Have a look at that. Easy prey as well. Ah, yes. Our evasion skill levels up. So again, yeah, pretty old school way of doing this fighting here. Here we are. Let's go ahead and take a knee. This lets us rest. We're gonna see if we can gain an HP point. Actually, maybe we need to eat before we do that. We probably should anyway. Yes, please. As you can see, we've got some of these wind crystals and art crystals as well. So we fought our enemies due to having signal cast on us. Let's see if we sit down right now, or are we already at full health? What's our max health right now? 66. There we go. Heal without using magic. This takes a little bit for it to actually take there. There we are. So you can see here as well, our monster left a treasure casket. We can choose to select, get some temporary items, a remedy or a pot of silent oil. Sure, let's obtain it. I believe temporary items will disappear not long after we log out here, but there may be some uses for them. I'm not entirely sure, but there we go. Level up. We're at level 4. Get another wind crystal. Let's have a look at the items here, actually. Yes. The crystals are now stacking, which is very good because they don't do it by default if you don't have the option for it set up in the options here. Let's see here. That's not what we're looking for. What's the menu here again? I thought it was under, maybe it's under status. Combat skills. Yeah, dagger 1. It's gonna take a little while for us to get to. The level 5. So let's go ahead and put a marker here for our first little grind session, and I'll come back once I've gone to rank 5 in our daggers and are back in the stock. Okay, so we got to level 5 of that little short grind session there. It was only 10 minutes or so, even that. But we got to level 5 with our thief, and we got to level 5 with our daggers, which is what we were trying to do. This also gives us some abilities. So we have the trait for our job right now. Guild Finder multiplies amount of guild enemies drop. So we're getting more money for being a thief. We get the abilities Perfect Dodge, allows you to dodge all melee attacks. And Steal, steals items from an enemy. Very thief-like. And we unlock the weapon skill Wasp Sting, which poisons a target. Duration and poison where varies with TP, which is technical points, one of our base attributes along with health and mana. And it has a skill chain attribute. The skill chains are basically a way to combo different attacks or different weapon skills here along with each other in order to do more damage to the enemies by combining with your party members. But I don't know much about the system because I've not really engaged much with it here. First though, let's have a chat with the Goldago again now that we've learned our first weapon skill. Oh, somebody went and learned a new weapon skill, didn't he? Very good. I can see by that twinkle in your eye that you've already used it on some poor unfortunate creature. But I'll explain just a little bit more. Whenever you use tactical points, tactical, not technical, reach 1000 or more, selecting abilities and then weapon skill from the menu will display a list of useful weapon skills. These are deadly techniques capable of rendering massive damage on enemies. It is well worth an adventurer's time to learn and master. Ah, by the way, you were fortunate enough to receive some items from your monsters you fought. You were lucky enough to come across any beastman seals. Make sure you hang on to them. They may pay dividends later on. Also, that reminds me, there's another lesson better learned sooner than later. The items you will no doubt come across known as crystals, such as earth crystals and fire crystals, are extremely significant. They are truly versatile items that can be used for a number of purposes. These include trading them to guards for certain rewards, or selling them to earn money, just to name a few. For now, I'd like to explain more about another of their uses, namely the role they play in synthesis. But first things first, your reward for completing your last assignment. Here you are then, a lizard tail, a pot of honey, and last but not least, a fire crystal. Now, using a fire crystal will bring up the synthesis interface. Once there, select lizard tail and pot of honey as the ingredients to be added. All that remains is to select the OK option and synthesis will commence. You will find that the crafting process will never begin should the ingredients you've selected not form a viable synthesis recipe. Also, even with your materials are correct, there is also a chance that your synthesis will fail, so please be very wary. That's a hard word to say. Times. The majority of items which you create via synthesis, as well as most of those dropped by enemies you defeat, can be placed on the auction house for sale. The auction house is an ultra-consumer venue where you can attempt to purchase the wares of other players by placing your bids, as well as other players' bids on your items you have put up for sale. My words alone can do no justice to the vast cornucopia of goods that is the auction house. One simply must see it with one's own eyes. That's quite a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? Sure am. And that brings us to your next assignment. Somewhere in this great city lies our nation's auction house. Seek it out and report back to me when you've found it. You needn't worry about going through with an actual purchase, simply examine any of the auction counters. Will more than suffice. There we are. Let's show this, I suppose. So, I've not done a lot of synthesis myself, but if it's to believe here, if we use the fire crystal, heat that up with honey and a lizard tail. We synthesize. What? Cooking skill rises. It's failed. Okay. And we lost all the items. There we are. That's what can happen, I suppose. Right. With that said, let's just quickly go to the auction house, I suppose. Need to go to stock mines for point. Is it? Yeah, point A. Yes, please. Now then, one wonders. How long this is going to take? Not too bad. Right, oh yeah, there we are. Gonna go ahead and see if we can zoom out a little bit here. That's fine. The auction counter. Here we can bid, sell, and look at the sales status of our items, but I don't think we need to do that. We only need to touch it for now. Again, I am going to come back here later and sell some of our stacks of gems, I'm pretty sure. Crystals, as it were. Let's go back to the markets for now, though. As we continue on. Yes, please teleport me. We probably should go ahead and keep an eye on our records of eminence here as well. I believe that they are going to be unlocked little by little as we move along. Some of them at least here. So we've already completed a few here. We also have some in progress. Those are fine. Let's see here. Anything left in the basics? I'll take a grounds tome. Grounds of valor training registry. Grounds tomes can be found near the entrances to dungeons. That's fine. We're gonna potentially see one later here. Exploring the trove, yeah. Not worried about those here, that's fine. And this is just for speaking to the guild masters for now. We'll get back to that later. Quests. I mean, we did get this technically, so we might as well set it. Do we need to set? No, let's wait for that. I guess we don't need to. We don't really need to have the Represents of an Deal active either, I suppose. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to get that sooner or later, I'm pretty sure. So, for now, let's just talk to Goldago again. So you were able to locate the auction house. Pretty hard to miss, isn't it? Why do you think that is? It is as I said, yes. Few organizations in this world exceed the auction house in scale. It will never cease to be of use to you throughout your adventures. It would be wise to become adept at using it. And now, down to brass tacks. Let's see if we can get you up to some levels. There are several items in existence which serve to enhance the number of experience points you receive for defeating enemies. For example, there are chariot bats, empress bats, and emperor bats, just to name a few. These are a bit unique in that you must wait a certain amount of time after equipping them before you may use them. There is also a predetermined amount of time, usually quite long, that must pass before these items can be used again. The total number of times you may use a single item is also limited, so be mindful of that as well. Many of these items may be obtained from the same guards that provide you with signets. You only need to exchange conquest points in order to acquire them. As a matter of fact, for finishing your last assignment, I'm going to give you this Conquest promotion voucher. With this, you'll be able to obtain a chariot band without having to use any of your conquest points. And that brings us to your next assignment. Head over to any guard you have and have a go at exchanging them for something. After that, see if you can make it all the way up to level 4. I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back. With an experience bonus in place, it should practically take you no time at all. Good luck and be careful. It can get quite hairy out there. Well, I mean, we're already level 5, so leveling speed here is probably quite a bit stronger than it used to be. Let's go ahead and trade. No, trade the voucher. Oh, is that not an action to trade? So that means it's a key item. Huh. Let's cancel that. Yeah, actually not in here. Let's have a look at them and see if we can find the... We have 200 conquest points, 212 to be more precise. I believe the ring was 500. Yes, it's... Ah, yes. Actually, we can get one of them free in where? I forget which one is the best to get. See if we can find some information on that in the guide here. Right, so let's just grab a Emperor Band, I guess. This gives us a 720 minute buff for 30,000 experience points, or we basically are getting double points, I believe. So, due to its special nature, you can only purchase or recharge an Emperor Band once till the Conquest result tally is performed. Also, you cannot purchase this item if a similar item is already in your possession. It is possible to fully recharge an Emperor Band by trading it to one of your nation's guards, including outpost guards. One charge requires 200 conquest points. During the time of the Great War, I was responsible for having this item recharged in exchange for an allied nodes. From my understanding, that practice has recently become commonplace in the Near East. Though you will be needing Imperial standing credits if you wish to use the services there. Are you sure you want to purchase the Emperor Band? Yeah, let's grab it. If we're getting it for free, why not? I don't think we're gonna use it just yet, but we do have it in our inventory right now, so let's maybe just equip it. Here we are. So, there's a 50-minute cooldown for doing it again, I believe. Once you've used it. But it's, you know, what's that, 12 hours? Or something like that? 50% bonus to experience points. But we're not going to worry too much about that right now. Again, we have it for when we need it, basically. So with that, let's have a chat with Goldago again. Well, we might make an adventure out of you just yet. Looks like we've almost washed all the green out of you. A bit of bad news now, though. Starting from level 31, anytime you are knocked unconscious, your experience points will suffer a deduction. As a general rule, the amount of penalized will be about 10% of the total amount required to reach your next level. You have to be more careful than ever from here on out. However, there are ways to minimize this loss of experience points. Like this, for example. Go on, take it. Your reward for reaching level 4. It's called a racing earring. Using this will grant you a status known as re-raise. Whenever you are rendered unconscious while this effect is in place, you will have the option to revive yourself. Choosing to do so will cause you to be resuscitated in the very spot where you have fallen. In addition, as I stated previously, the amount of experience points you lose will be somewhat lessened. Racing earrings and similar items work in the same manner as the chariot bands and other experience bonus items I mentioned earlier. That is, once equipped, you must wait a certain period of time before they can be used, and there are both cooldown timers and limited charges as well. All of these items as a whole are collectively referred to as enchanted items. There is a vast array of other enchanted items with myriads of other effects that will prove useful on your adventures. It may be worth the time to go an effort to better acquaint yourself with them at some point. And that brings us to your next assignment. It seems you're starting to get the hang of things. Next, I'd like for you to go fight some enemies in the Conquest Highlands. The Conquest Highlands is located beyond the northern reaches of North Gustenberg. You are sure to encounter some new monsters that you won't find prowling around the outskirts of the city. It may be a bit daunting, so I'll only require that you slay one such beast, then head right on back. Just keep in mind, the farther you stray from the city, the more ferocious monsters tend to be. Don't say I didn't warn you. Make sure you use check command to determine the strength of your enemy. If you find that you're surrounded by enemies that are too difficult to you, try heading back to a previous area, close to the city, and leveling up a bit more first. So we're gonna not worry about that for now. We're gonna head back to Port Bastok here. Let's have a look here. Actually, it's point 1. Let's close the gate here. Yes, please. I believe, and I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that we need to be level 5 to actually start the thing that we wanted to do here. But potentially, we will be able to do it now. Let's have a look here. Hello, Clarion Star. Can you speak to me again? Hey, you there! I've got a proposition of sorts for a fresh-faced adventurer such as yourself. You can call me Clarion Star. I've come from Juneau, the lovely city in the northeast that connects the Quan and Mindarche continents. Specifically, I'm a representative of sorts from the Juneau Institute of Magical Studies. You could call me a headhunter. And the heads I am hunting today are those of bright-eyed explorers like yourself. So, here's the deal. Not too long ago, the Institute held an international symposium of sorts, at which we announced the development of a fascinatingly useful new type of magic. We made it available for everyone to utilize, and so we are trying it out here in Bastok and other places throughout Vanadil. We've chosen to call this new magic Trust, and as an official delegate of the Institute, I want adventurers of your caliber to be the lucky first participants. So, what about it? Want to try it out? What have I got to lose? That's the kind of spunk I like. You're surely aware that Bastok is no stranger to developing new technologies, and as such, Sid and the Mithril Musketeers are conducting research of sorts into the application of this new magic. You know how they are, always at odds with the Beastman Confederate. They think that the Trust might be able to help bolster their forces, they say. However, not just anyone can use Trust. As you can imagine, the Institute is thus collecting data of sorts in Sandoria and Windurst too, trying to get as many people as possible to participate. It should come as no surprise then that we have other representatives in those two nations. If you'd rather head over there, then we've got nothing more to discuss. But I'm sure the Mithril Musketeers here would appreciate any help you could give them. Let's cut to the quick. Helping them earns you the aid of a powerful warrior of sorts, which can only help you in your travels. Assist in trusted endeavors in Vostok? Yes, of course. Wahaha, perfect response. In that case, if that's the case, let's get right to it. Before we go any further, let me give you this. Your first task, of sorts, is to speak with Naji of the Mithril Musketeers in the Metalworks. He can guide you further. Do you know where it is? Just head up the staircase behind me and across the bridges to the west. Someone in the markets just past there can guide you further. Take a lift up to the second floor, where you'll find him waiting by the staircase that leads to the president's office. No one across the land is as faithful and skilled a guard as he. And we get the Blue Institute card. So, this actually leads to another section of the city that we haven't looked at yet. We're gonna do that here. Here we are. We're gonna travel to another home point and the markets. I believe we want point. Yeah, there we are. Point 3. Yes, please. There we go. And we are heading up the elevator here so that we can get to the ironworks. Here's the info on how long we can use the assist channel. We just missed that one. It's the other one over here. Oh, went the wrong way. I'm probably gonna miss it there. No, we did. We're gonna grab the home point there on the way back down as well. But yes, I believe there's a few points here. We have one down there and one near the president's office here, yeah. So let's go ahead and grab this one first. Here we go. Grab this one. And have a chat with Naji here. This stupid thing is so damn complicated. Come on, Naji. It'll be easy, Naji. Why did I even agree to this? Who exactly volunteered me anyway? And now I've got someone bothering me. What is it? By Altana, someone actually has come to me about this trust thing. Taking the buffalo by the horns, are we? I suppose I can find some time in my busy schedule? Let me be upfront with you. I've got absolutely no idea how this works. They told me something about trust and friendship, but what exactly is that supposed to mean? But if it works, you'll be able to summon an alter ego of me who will fight by your side. And let's be honest, who better than me? That's what I'm led to believe anyway. Pretty amazing stuff. But I don't know you from crying street urchin, so it probably won't work. Tough luck, kid. Iron Eater always called me dumb as a tree stump, and as simple as a wooden spear, but I'll have you know I am both complex and intricate. So don't blame me if this fails. It's all on your head. Now, concentrate, my compatriot. Focus on your feelings and trust and friendship. If you don't believe in me, then believe in the fact that I believe in you. Wait, did I just say that? This is all that it took. That idiot Clarion Star gave such a long explanation of sorts that I was all ready to stand here for hours and hours. But I'll be damned if this doesn't feel good. Let's try it out. Hey, you little... get back here. Phew, that could have ended very badly. At least I can control the thing. Ha, now I can guard 2 doors at the same time. Wait, why am I getting excited about that? I am the quintessential warrior, number 5 in the Mithril Musketeers hierarchy, and if I ever catch you referring to me as a doorman, I'll bite your head off. Ah, this doorman thing hits a little too close to home. I'm pumped and ready to go. Now, to catch Ayame and tell her how I really feel. Gah! I'm fine with this thing inheriting my many talents, but some things are better kept under wraps. Now, to keep it from getting me into trouble. Congratulations to you, your tremendous success. And before I forget, I've got to give this to you. You earned it, pal. You can use it to summon an alter ego of the strongest Mithril Musketeer, me, at any time. Give it a shake outside of town. Maybe north or south Gustenberg, for instance. I'm sure you'll be more than pleased with the results. And far be it from me to confess my weakness, but I'm a bit curious as to whether it will actually work. Come back to me once you've tried it out. Very well. We've learned to trust Naji. We're going to head out into that Gustenberg and show it off. And after that we'll go ahead and show what the system does basically here, but yeah, no jumping down here unfortunately, but we don't need to wait too long for the elevator, and technically you don't need to ever whisper it again if you don't want to after this here. But we'll see. There we go. Let's travel to our home point. Yes, please. There we go. Need to head out to the field to actually do it. But once here, we now have the option to call on Naji here. So, while we are out here, we can use magic. Now we can use trust. It's under its own command here to call an alter ego of Naji, which basically means we're calling forth our friend here. By doing this, we also got another cipher of Valaneral's alter ego. That's a name I'm probably gonna mess up many times here. So ciphers are items that will teach us alter egos. So if we use this one, we will be able to learn the cipher for, or the alter ego here for that character. The characters will follow us. They are summoned at the same level as we are, which means that if we want to go ahead and level them up, when we level up, we'll need to resummon them. And once we go into combat, they will go into combat. There we go. Again, I'm going to need to change our chat window messages here a little bit. But yeah, that's the gist of it. If we move it back into town, he's not gonna come along with us, I'm pretty sure. It's a field thing, basically. So this is the system that they've implemented in order to make it easier for people to play without needing to spend hours and hours just trying to find a group. Which obviously, you know, is pretty nice. So we've done that. Let's head back and talk with Nadri again. Let's see if we can find the works here. Which point is number 1 is the president's office. That's fine. Yes, please. Here we are. Time to speak with Nadji again. Tell me every last detail. Did my alter ego do me real justice? Couldn't be happier. Can't say I'm surprised. When you're working with a man like me, of course you'll get great results. Now, you know why Iron Eater shows who did. Be that as may, if you need to learn more about trust, just go back to and ask Clarion Star. He seems to know a lot about this stuff. He kept muttering something about latent potential and ongoing research or what have you. I wasn't really paying attention. But I did find something that was there. But what I did find interesting was that there are also people in other nations with their gaze trained on this program. If the whole process confounds me, then it's no surprise that there are people out there trying to figure it out just how it works. But you don't need to cross the border to find out more. Some other people here in Bastok are participating, like Ayame. She's number 4 here on the Mythical Musketeers, and I doubt she'd let any old adventurer try trust magic with her. You want me to ask her for you? No, I don't think that would be a good idea. There's something I must give you. This Bastok trust permit. Well, there's nothing more you need from me here. You've got what you came for, just make sure to treat my alter ego well, or I'll have to hunt you down. And you won't be happy when I find you. There we go. We are now able to call multiple alter egos. And I believe, and bear with me here as I try to remember exactly how this works, but I believe we should go back to Clarion Star right now. The current region and post-bar stock, 1.1. That should allow us to make use of the cipher that we found here. Now, we're going to have a chat with him first, but I believe we need to trade the cipher with him, so he will give us the trust magic. How are you finding those alter egos? Need an explanation of sorts as to how they work? how to learn new trust spells. Trust magic is quite aptly named. It calls forth an alter ego of sorts using the power of trust, friendship, and brotherly love. To employ its power, you must first find and befriend the ones who is allowed to harness them. If they do not listen to your request, then perhaps they don't think highly enough of you. Get the town talking about your deeds, and I'm sure they'll give you another chance. If they still won't listen, well, you just come back to me. Of course, they still might not want to be your friends. Maybe you're like me and doomed to be forever alone. Oh, there's another way to utilize this magic. There are ongoing investigations of sorts into how to call forth an alter ego without directly meeting the person. It takes a little something special, but if you find a scroll with this exceptional ability, all you need to do is give it to me. Well then, let's show this whole thing off. Oh. There we go. Trade. Trade. Fair trade. Cipher for Banreal. I can't believe you got your hands on a cipher of Banreal's alter ego. Amazing. Who in Vanadil is this person? I never heard of... and to think I call myself a fine representative of the Institute. Okay, I'll make it snappy. Close your eyes and go to your happy place, where trust and friendship and brotherly love blossom like flax flowers in a meadow. What an amazing success of sorts! So many of our trials ended in failure. I kept hoping it might work, but this is beyond my wildest dreams. So there we go. We now learn to trust Banreal. So I believe we should be able to show it off here. Calls forth an ego of Banreal. I'm not sure what the S and brackets are for. I'm not sure there's some significance to it, but basically it's a more tanky character. Anyway, let's have another look at our quests or our objectives, because I believe, let's see here, there should be one for alter egos, wasn't there? Maybe it's under, yeah, there, here we go. I'm gonna call forth an ego of this one, which is gonna give us, I think it might give us another, yeah, we're gonna see here, but I think it might give us another cipher as well here, if I'm remembering things correctly. No need to eat any food right now. We're just going to go ahead and call forth Banreal. Yes. A paladin of sorts here, I think. And we get the cipher of Millie's alter ego that we're going to again trade here. Let's see if we can find our a third party member. I believe we can start off by summoning forth 3 alter egos at the beginning here, and then we are going to be able to unlock more as we go along. I still try to get used to the interface here in some ways. And I'm doing much better now than I did when I first played the game, let me tell you. Here we go. I can't believe that you get your hands on the cipher of Millie's alter ego. Amazing. I can't believe that the celebrity would want to participate. This is all thanks to people like you who have succeeded in calling forth alter egos. Just let me analyze this data for you. What do you mean, hurry up? Close your eyes and go to your happy place. We know about this. What an amazing success of sorts. Here we go. We can now call forth Millie alive. Let's have a look at the objectives again. Pretty sure that there's going to be one for summoning her. Yes. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that real quick here as well. So there's a, you know, measure of tedium in unlocking things here, but there's also, you know, a game that has been around for, I guess it's basically 20 years at this point. And there's just systems built upon systems built upon systems, and that sometimes leads to things being a bit clunky because, you know, you can't always retrofit something to be as modern as you would like when it's built from old technology. There we go. Hello, Millie. I think she can cast white magic. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. What her icon is here. Purple. I think she's got some magic abilities that she's gonna unlock, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, these characters will level up along with me here. Anyway, we're going to add another unlock for Tenzin here. Also, I haven't really touched upon this, but you know, I hope you're enjoying my skimpy outfit here. Here we go. Yes, please. I can't believe you got your hands on the cipher of Tenzin's alter ego. Amazing. Yes. Yeah, basically same process as before. Very good. Let's head to the objectives. There we go. Well, that's asking. As we run forward here, we actually set our objectives well. There we are. Tenzin, please come forth. With your katana held high. We have another one. Given to us here. Or Adelaide. I don't remember what sort of character Adelaide is, actually. We'll see. We are gaining experience and lots of sparks here, which is good, obviously. Alright. There we are. More trading to be done. Yes. Here we are. Basically seems to be two sets of scripts for the character here. Let's have a look at the this again. Here we go. The UI here as well, and the game is snappy in some ways and snappy in others, but I think we did well enough. We're not going to be complaining too much. I think this is a monster. Yeah, it seems to be a scholar by the outfit here. We get a alter ego for Joachim. I believe Joachim is a bard. I may have that wrong, but again, these are all characters that we're going to, you know, probably encounter sooner or later in the story as well. So it's a bit awkward to have them with us, you know, at this point. But you know, convenience takes precedent there, I think. Again, a lot of this is built in order to make it easier to actually go through the game and play it without having to, again, spend hours trying to look for a group. I think it's worth mentioning here that you know, the game as we're playing it now is not the game as it existed for a really long time. And we're playing a much more streamlined and easy in some ways version of it. But that's the nature of MMOs, right? You can't really go back, as it were. There we go. I think this is the last night we're gonna get just from this little dance here, but let's see if it unlocks anything else for us. We do get a good set of trusts here at the beginning, though, by doing this. Yes, a harp. Hello, Joachim. Let's see if we can get it here. Eye patch and all, very nice. And yeah, I believe we didn't get anything more from him. We just get the sparks and experience points. So we're basically done with that little detour here. Rhapsodies and banqueting environment. I'm gonna do that before I end the stream tonight here, I think, but we're... You know what? Let's actually go into the missions from the stock, I think. I think we should be able to do that. First things first. All for one. What's that? Unity Concord guides. Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. Stepping into an ambuscade and exploring the trove can be... Yeah, we'll leave those as they are now. Intermediate, achieve level 99. That's an intermediate goal. Yeah, that's gonna not be there for a while. Again, quests. Moghouse exits by stock. Guess we could do this as well here. Yeah. And complete the quest, A Lady's Heart, to expand the number of destinations to which you may travel from your Mog House. Sure, but first things first. Let's go ahead and have a look at our Mog House. And then we're going to have a look at the rank 1-1 mission for the stock. Yes. First things first, let's head to the third point? No, it's the second point. Here. Yes, please. And move through here. Welcome, Master. This is your home, the Mog House, Kupo. I am a Moogle. We Moogles like to taking care of houses and items. Nice to meet you, Kupo. I'll tell you all about your Mog House, Kupo. First, the basics, Kupo. Open your character menu, Master. The button at the very bottom changes to Mog House when you're in your Mog House, Kupo. Press it, and the Mog House menu will appear. Everything you can do in your Mog House is there, Kupo. There are lots of things you can do in your Mog House, Kupo. It can be too much for some masters, Kupo. So I'll teach you about each one of them. Ask me what you want to know about, Kupo. The Mog Safe. The Mog Safe is where I keep items that you can't carry. It's an especially secure, solid safe, Kupo. You can only put so many items in it, Kupo. But I'll guard them even if it means my life, Kupo. Choose the Mog House command if you want to know more about storage. Storage space becomes available when you place furniture in your Mog House using the layout command, Kupo. It's almost exactly the same as using your Mog Safe, Kupo. Leave your items here for me to look after, Kupo. The delivery box. The delivery box is where you can send letters for friends and receive items from various places, Kupo. You take the items from your delivery box and put them in your inventory when they arrive, Kupo. If your delivery box is full, no more deliveries can be made, and you can't send an email either, Kupo. You can send items and guild to your friends with the send command, Kupo. Sometimes, if a special force takes hold, you can even deliver items with exclusive attributes, Kupo. Choose the Mog House command you want to know more about. Changing jobs. Changing people's jobs is a secret ability that only we Moogles can use, Kupo. And the rest is a secret, Kupo. Let's see here. Gardening. All Moogles like taking care of plants, Kupo. As long as you have a flower pot and seeds, I'll make it my personal responsibility to look after the plants you raise, Kupo. Choose the Mog House command you want to know more about, Kupo. Changing the layout. This Mog House is your very own room, Kupo. But it's still a little bare, Kupo. It needs some furniture, and maybe some paintings to make it more cozy, Kupo. If you find any during your travels, I'll help you lay them out, Kupo. I can't wait, Kupo. Each item of furniture you place using the layout command corresponds to a different element, Kupo. The type of energy that envelops your Mog House changes, depending on those elements, Kupo. When your energy changes, my powers change as well, Kupo. Master, you should try placing all sorts of furniture in your Mog House, Kupo. Let's see here if there's anything else. Mog House invitations. You can invite party and alliance members into your Mog House, Kupo. You can show off your expensive furniture, have tea parties, plan your next great adventure. The possibilities are endless, Kippo. And I believe that's everything here. I got it. Thanks, Kippo. Are you sure, Kippo? You know everything about your moghouse, Kippo? I'm sure. And finally, a little bit of advice. If you ever run into any problems, just ask your fellow adventurers for help. If you type AE, hello, then your message will be heard by many people. If you type AE followed by your issue or question, other adventurers will help you. Remember that you can only do this while in town, Kippo. Okay, Kippo. Good luck on your adventuring, Kippo. So, here we are. It's not a big house, but it's mine. Also, there's nothing here. We can go into Mog House with our Mog Safe, storage, Mog Locker, Mog Case, a Mog Wardrobe of different kinds. Let's have a look at the lever box. Anything in there? Nope. Makes sense. So we can put some stuff in the Mog Safe or let's see here. Yeah. So we've got 50 spaces here basically for putting away these items. I think we can put away the Gobby key for now, for example. Flint stones and insect wings. Not sure how useful those are going to be for us, so we may just sell them off instead. We should probably equip the air ring just in case. And that gives us a re-raise for 30 seconds, is that it? Either way, better to have it and not need it than the other way around, I suppose. So, that just shows you this thing here. Storage, social area, things like that. So, we're going to come back here more, I'm sure. But for now, let's head out. And let's head back to the Ironworks and have a little chat, I believe, before we end things here for tonight. Let's see here. Again, we're not really... Where's the crystal? I thought it was over here. It's actually down there. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, so, again, records of evidence are useful here because, you know, having a look at this makes it so that we can talk to the guard in front of the gatehouse and complete this Cerule report. So let's go ahead and do that here. I'm sure that we'll be able to start it. Yeah, we might as well do it in the markets, I guess. There we are. And let's speak with the guard. And I'm pretty sure that means Pavel in this case here. No, perhaps not. Legalese perhaps then. Maybe has something to say to us. I am in charge of assigning missions to the Bastockers who wish to serve their country. Are you one of them? Yes. I have come to undertake a mission. Good. It is your first time going on a mission, is it not? Your first assignment is not a difficult one. The details are as follows. You must go to the Sarin mines in the western section of the mines district. Once there, you are to collect a report from the overseer. You can consult the mission section of the main menu to review your objectives. Speed and efficiency are your priorities. Dismissed. We can show off the mines, I guess, before we head out for today. We were coming up on 3 hours, and I still have some editing to do, even if we're not going to edit out much here today, I think. But let's head to the mines, and we can show the area off. So, this is the thing that's going to set us onto our nation's storyline here, begin with. And obviously these missions vary by content. Some of them is go ahead and find this item or these sets of items. Some of them are just, you know, go and watch this cutscene over here. There's, I believe, like 10 chapters with, you know, 2 or 3 chapters, sub-chapters in each, spread out over the leveling area here. So we're just going to go ahead and show off the area here. Here we go, into the Sarin mines. So we have got a couple of books here. Survival guide, yes please. Common sense dictates that we should now be able to teleport here. And this is the ground stone that we looked at before. We can read about individual training. Page 1. And it's instructing us to kill 3 dingbats. Bring it on. Set training regime on repeat. No, we'll only do it once here for now. But that's basically a system here that allows us to go in and let's actually go ahead and summon our quest. Already do this here. It allows us to go ahead and grind for certain types of enemies, basically, for additional benefits. Let's have Millie with us. Why not? And I'll have Handsome for this as well. All of which are much better dressed than I am for this sort of thing. That's fine, I'm a newbie. Again, I believe we can only have 3 at the beginning here. So we can just give it a try, see. Yeah, we have called for a maximum number of alter egos, so let's find the dingbats. Easy prey, sure thing. Time to attack. And it's dead before we even get a chance. See if we can find more bats around here. I believe we don't currently have a map of this area. We should probably look into the map vendor here as well. There we go. Again, our friends here are much too helpful and kill the bats before we even get a chance to hit them, basically here. There we go. Get some kills, experience points, tabs. And we're going to head out and we'll come back to this area again another time. Which probably more than likely will mean Wednesday here. As we do have a couple of things that we are going to need to do here. The dungeon there is actually pretty labyrinthine, so I don't want to get lost here before we go all missing. Let me see if I can remember where to find the map vendor to start off with here. I believe they should be in the markets. So we'll head over there. What are we doing in terms of the current objectives here? 11 out of 20 environment. I'll be able to do that before we end things here tonight. Particularly with my new friends here that are going to not allow me to get any real amounts of weapon skill here. Let's see. Goldsmith's Guild. Is it actually? I thought it was over here somewhere. Is it you? Carrion? How about the magic map that helped you on your adventure? There we go. Inquire about maps. So we can get one of the Sandora area, one of the Windurst area, Juno areas, Ordeal's Caves, Geldspell the Boy, but we are currently looking for Sarin Mines. I'll be able to get some guilds sooner or later. If you have a map, you can check both the lay of the land and your location whenever you enter an area. If you belong to a party or alliance, you can also check the position of your allies, and depending on your job, you can find NPCs and enemies from afar. Furthermore, you can even record specific points of the area, or have places marked down for certain events. See, magic maps are useful. But we're going to need some guild to be able to do that. So we'll come back to that. For now, let's go ahead and head to the exit here as we are going to end things here for the VOD. So yeah, this is a pretty successful first session. We basically did all the things I wanted to get to for the first section. Next time we'll continue on with some of the story stuff here in the early section of the first chapter for Bastok. Probably going to need to cut out way more of that as we move through the mines and we go ahead and see what's actually going on down there. Again, I don't necessarily want to put you through me going along all of the mine before we end things here. Anyway, this is it for tonight. it's been good to get going here. It's going to be interesting to see how long it's going to take me. I think we're definitely going to be looking at many hundreds of hours rather than, you know, the tens of hours we've had for previous games. But it's part of the process. Part of the process. I'll see you all again next Wednesday. Until then, I hope you have a good time and things are well. For now, have a very good night, and thank you for following along here on the pods.